Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the mitt flips. Gonna do something a little different this time. Gonna do a top 10 countdown, best flips of 2020. Just really neat. Hey, do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this. Best flips of 2020. Why would I do a best flips of 2020 in the second week of February into 2021? Because I want to. That's why. Also, it was a really good tool to see how much of my sales actually comes from the top end, because I advocate a lot for myself that I would like to have many less listings that are worth a lot more money. But in order to have that and still have a viable income, you would have to still have a substantial amount of listings. And I'll get to all that at the end of the video. So first up, number 10. Number 10 is a Mr. Christmas tree. Peppermint looking Christmas tree. Picked up about 5 or 6 Mr. Christmas items and all of them sold. So definitely keep your eye out for that brand in particular. And the profit on that one, total profit, $115.99. So that was definitely a good flip. Next up, number 9. Number 9 is a Kodak carousel projector, a 5600 if I'm not mistaken. This I got at a church sale that they normally have every year. Missed out on it this summer because of obvious reasons. That's a good one. I was actually a bit disappointed because this will happen at garage sales and estate sales and all kinds of things. They'll say it starts at 9 and you'll get there at 20 to 9 and there's already people shopping. So it's just kind of something that comes with the nature of reselling, that somebody has an unfair advantage, or they'll have people that they allow in the day before, things like that, but just something you have to deal with. But I only paid $5 for this item. Total profit, $128.99. I ended up actually having to buy a new bulb for it, but I think shipped the bulb was like $5 or $6. So really not a big issue, but was definitely worth the effort of figuring out a bulb and replacing it. Next up, number 8. Number 8 on the list is again a Mr. Christmas item. This one, I wanted to keep it because it was very cool looking, and I've said before, I do a Christmas village, and I love Christmas. It's a wonderful time of the year, and it's fun to decorate for. I couldn't talk myself into losing out on the profit from this item, even though I picked it up at a discount. I think I paid $40 for it. But it's a Mr. Christmas music box, and it's a scene within a box. You'll see in the picture, and the profit on that was $136.99. So that's a pretty good flip right there. I'll take that any day of the week. Number 7. Number 7 on the list is a RCA CDRW. You want to keep an eye out for disc burning systems, whether or not that's DVD or CD. The ones that have the burners in them have a much higher value. You also need to test that because the burner can burn out. So you actually have to copy a CD and make sure it functions, or else you're just going to get a return and it's just going to end up costing you money. That one, profit of $137.99. Luckily, when I was looking into it to test it out, the video I watched on YouTube mentioned that you had to have a specific type of CD, which I luckily ordered some. It took, a week or whatever to get here, but now I have them on hand. I burnt one copy of a CD that actually was one of my own that was getting a little junky. Copied that and it worked great, and that ended up being $137.99 profit. Number 6. Number 6 on the list bummed me out. The first and only Betamax I have come across. It was so heavy. Unbelievably heavy. I couldn't understand why this thing, just because the era, I guess, they didn't have the components streamlined down to make things lighter yet. It was just really heavy. I made the mistake of trying to save a couple bucks, and I ordered a used Betamax tape because I did not have one on hand. I kept an eye out at thrift stores for a couple weeks and just said, forget it, I just need to order one. and I made the mistake of ordering a used one, because then when I got it and I played it, there was a tracking line in the player. At that point, I have no idea if it's the tape or the player, so it really was a bummer. I got it kind of because I was being cheap, also because I wanted something I was willing to watch 5 or 10 minutes of, so it was Police Academy 1. Pretty good movie. Turns out though, I ordered a second one, which was a brand new behind the scenes Olympics something or other, super boring, but it was new in package, and it ended up being that the player needed to be cleaned, and I put that in the listing. I tried cleaning it. I know how to clean it. It got better, but it's still, I couldn't get it the rest of the way. The normal cassette cleaner that you would put into a VCR, I couldn't locate one for a beta, so I don't know if they just weren't any currently for sale. It's been a while now, so I don't remember exactly what happened. Maybe I was just being cheap. Who knows? Maybe I didn't think it was worth the extra money to figure out if I could fix it and then waste the time. But I ended up getting $139.99 for that. That was a pretty good one, and like I said, only one I've ever come across. I'm sure other people come across them very often, but I live in a very small town, economically a pretty poor town, and Betamaxes were very expensive when they came out. Number 5. Number 5 on the list, a type of item that I actually keep my eye out for now. I avoided them for a long time, and I don't know why. They're really easy to test. A lot of them have a lot of value. You have to do your research because there are many model numbers of the exact same model, because you could custom order which one you wanted. And it's a Smith Corona typewriter. Not just Smith Corona, but Smith Corona is one of your more popular brands, one of the more valuable brands. And even more modern typewriters still have a lot of value. But Smith Corona, this one was $149.99. Number 4. Number 4 on the list, kind of a cheater, maybe, I don't know, you decide. The Harry Potter book series on disc. You can get it on tape and it still has some value, but the one on tape, not so much. I bought a whole bunch of books on tape, books on disc at a garage sale, and I made an offer on all of them. That's one of those times where that was a mistake. Look them up, buy the ones that are worth the money, because the extra money I saved by buying all of them, if I would have just paid full price for the Harry Potter ones, I would have made more money, because not all of them sell very good. I still have 3 on a shelf that nobody cares about. Nobody wants to buy Aragon on CD. It was a terrible movie. It might have been an okay book. I don't know. But nobody wants it. You want it? It's in my store. You can buy it. I'll give you a really good discount. The total box set, $168.99. So that was a pretty good flip. Number 3. Number 3 on the list, something I sell a lot of, and if you've watched my videos, you've seen them before and heard me mention them before. Farberware electric rotisserie grill. Now this one though, new in box. Now it was new in box because it was obviously sealed and there was the wrapping paper still on it. Not completely wrapped, but there was like chunks. So somebody had gotten it as a gift, put it in the garage, and left it there forever. And I sat on it for a long time because I priced it very high. Because if you look on Amazon price for a new one is insane. It's like $600, but I don't do Amazon. And no one I know does Amazon, or else I probably would try to flip it to them so that they could flip it for a profit. $197.49 profit on that one. It was a pain in the butt to box up and package. I could have just slapped a label on the outside of the box and shipped it, but that's not how I do business. Because if you're buying something, even though it's just new old stock and you're gonna open the box and use it, it's not like it's a collector item that you're gonna put on a shelf to look at. It's not cool. I didn't have to do a lot of padding or anything because it's padded inside the box. I hope. I don't know, I didn't open it, but I at least wrapped it. But it was definitely large, definitely a pain in the butt. Number 2. Number 2 on the list is, again, maybe somebody would say this is a cheat, but I don't care. It's my video. So, number 2 on the list is a set of Smokey the Bear nature posters. They came in various varieties of leaves or animal prints or anything. Catchy names. Most of them weren't catchy. They were barely puns, barely tried puns, so whoever was in charge of making the names failed. The posters are awesome. I have mentioned before, I regret selling them because they would have looked great in my library framed. It would have been the whole decor. I could have done that for $306.87. I think that would have been, an okay amount of money to spend to decorate a room, but I paid $2 for 13 posters, And that does not include the few that hadn't sold yet. So there was still a few in the store. I did include a couple that sold after the first, but I didn't include the few that were still on the shelf at the time, which at this point is only one. When I did all the math and wrote everything down, there was, I think, 5 left. At that point, $306.87 profit. So that was a really good one. Number 1 on the list. This is, again, not a single sale. Royal Worcester Eversham Veil. If I'm remembering the pattern correctly, I actually picked up some egg coddlers in the same brand from the same company, same pattern, same brand, same company, all the above, recently, and those were in a past video. But this was an entire set. They were on the 25-cent a piece shelf at the Goodwill, and it was a set of plates, set of salad bowls, set of dessert bowls, cups, saucers, teacups. I have some of the teacups and the individual cups left, but none of the plates or bowls or anything like that. All that is gone at that point. Total, not the ones that I still have listed, but the total of the ones sold, $368.06 profit. And most of those sold within a week. It was almost immediate. That one, I couldn't believe it. I knew there was some value to them when I picked them up. I didn't look them up at the time, and I got them home and started looking them up. I thought they were going to be fake, because I was like, I don't know what, like, how did I come across these? But it's just kind of a thing where, not everything has the same value to everyone. And at the Goodwill, a plate is a plate is a plate. But on eBay, it's a collectible plate that people want. So that's my top 10 list. I hope you enjoyed it. Couple thoughts before I go. Something I figured out while doing this, my top 10 sales for 2020, $1,851.53. Now that is not getting it done. That's not paying the bills. That's not buying the kids' school clothes. That's fun money, basically. It kind of changed my mindset a little bit, where I've really been focusing on getting a lot of higher end things. But if you can't get a steady stream of high end things, it's still not feasible. You still have to have that middle of the road, 20 to 70, somewhere in that range, to keep the bills paid and keep the money coming in. I'm not going to just all of a sudden, that didn't change my mind and say, oh, okay, now I'm going to sell $5 items. No, I still don't want to do anything like that. And yes, I do want more high-end things, and I would also like things above $368.06. But, you got to take what you can get. Not going to a lot of estate sales, not dealing with a lot of jewelry, watches, or high-end shoes, or anything that would have a high value like that. Staying in that $100 range is okay for that being my high end right now. But that's the end of that list. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. If you like my channel or this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. I won't make more countdown videos then. Yeah, that was fun. Subscribe, share. If you would like to know when my videos come out, go ahead and hit the bell icon, and you'll know immediately when the videos are published. And be good to each other.